showing you how to design and produce scaffold G code, all within Repetrel. So we go to your bottom right, you can find the scaffold tab here. It's going to give you two alternative tabs, bioscope, scaffold, and copies. We'll be using both of them. First, we're going to design our scaffold. We want 10 pores in the X direction. That's what number X means. 10 pores in the Y direction. Number of layers is self-explanatory, but number of layers going up. Layer Z is going to be the distance in between each layer. So use 0.5. This is in millimeters. Space will be the length of the actual shape. So if it's a rectangle, it's going to be 1 millimeter down, 1 millimeter across. Shape of a rectangle, or a square really is how you can see it in most cases. If you want to do in a circular pattern, which we have options for later, that'll be the diameter of the circle. So we're going to do this 1 millimeter as well. Now, see, as we filled out the entire column, we can preview it, and it pops up in the top right. So green means it's on. Now, from past knowledge, I know that the center of a engine HR Hydra is what I'm working on right now. It's going to be 240 in the X, 170 millimeters in the Y. We can add skirts to it if we want to make sure our material is extruding as we want. I'll add just one. We can change it to a closed circle, open circle, just doesn't have the boundary. If we didn't have any skirts, it would just be the infill effectively. We can also create a wave. For the wave specifically, please change the period away from 0. 0 just makes it look quite awful, to be frank. The higher the period, the more exact it's going to be within. It's also going to be a little more fine. We can increase the amplitude though. We can also work with an infill of honeycomb. Both of these you should play with all on your own. Get comfortable with them. Now, we can create scaffolds. Actually, before we do that, we want to fill out the rest of our weld plate fixture. Right, so this gives visualization of how our weld plate looks in the real world. Let's go over here to copies. I want 3 copies in the X direction and 2 copies in the Y. It's the X direction given by the axis. This is the Y direction given by this axis. Green is Y. Now the offsets are going to be negative 40. It's the distance between each of these holes on these weld plates. Negative 40 here as well. Preview. You can change the offset, but this is dead center, past experience. It's perfect. It's exactly what we want. Okay. From this page, copies, we can just say generate G-code. And it pops with some G-code. This is everything we want. We could print directly. If we want to export this G-code, that's in another video. What we can also do is, let's say we want it directly saved onto this device that I'm working on right now. Go back here, we have rectangle. We have, 3 copies, 2, negative 40, and negative 40. Let me preview this. It's a little smaller. It went back to a default version I've had set before, but still, it's another version we want. We want this directly saved onto the computer and give me G-code here. That we do create scaffold. So do a similar process, but now all of a sudden we have a pathway that this is on our device right now. If you want to check where this is saved, go to Properties at the very bottom. We'll scroll up. That is a file path. We'll go to Repetrel Recipes Auto Scaffold. If we go right there, Repetrel Recipes, this is Auto Scaffold. It gives me all the past auto scaffolds that I've designed, produced through Create Scaffolding. Those are the 2 ways to produce G-code, and that's how you design them. Best luck using in the future, and hope this is helpful.